All right, so we shot up to Riviera Beach for kind of a big event we've been waiting for quite some time now. It's the official unveiling of the Valhalla 46. Now, these guys, if you don't know the way they work with Viking, with Valhalla, it seems like they just don't make mistakes. They put something out right the first time and they start cranking them out from day one. So we're gonna check out this 46. They have one in the water. I believe 20 to 30 of them sold already. And it's gonna be an exciting day dissecting this boat and seeing every little detail with Ryan Higgins and Chris Landry here with the team. So I'm gonna turn around and show you your first peek. You ready? Check this thing out. Quad 450Rs. Absolute beast. Now this boat starts somewhere around 1.1, rigged out as you see it around 1.5 roughly, don't quote me on it, but just so you guys have an idea. We're gonna jump on board, get a full tour, get the drone up in the air, and really show you as much as we possibly can about this beautiful new center console by Valhalla Boatworks. If you guys find some value in these videos, subscribe. We look forward to doing much more of these. We'll sacrifice ourselves every time for the greater good. All right, so I'm here with Ryan Higgins, taking our first trip on the 46 Valhalla. You guys have heard it, you've seen a few pictures by this point, but we wanted to spend a little time, and these guys were nice enough to allocate a couple hours for us before their unveiling event here in Riviera Beach. So Ryan, thank you, first of all, yeah, always a pleasure.
Yes,
why don't you give us kind of a rundown? What was the idea on this 46? Give us a couple details maybe we don't know about. Let's start with that.
No, it's pretty amazing to think that this time last year was the first time we had at our VIP event the Valhalla line, just 1 year ago.
Yeah.
And in launching 3 new models at one time, we quickly had some customers come to us with the 41 and wanted air conditioning, wanted a little cabin, a place for the kids to stay and get out in the weather. And refrigeration was a big thing, and all of these things, we knew we needed a diesel generator, a diesel tank, and we did dive into it on the 41. We just realized we didn't have the space. So we quickly, with our design team, all got our heads together and produced a pretty awesome boat with, you know, everything from our mezzanine style that you see on the big Vikings to dual row seating with 7 helm chairs, forward lounge seating, and keeping in mind, you know, all doing it with pretty awesome styling and keeping in mind Viking's a hardcore fish boat as well as Valhalla. So I think you'll see some pretty awesome live well setups with the forward pitch well. We went ahead, instead of having one large well in the back, we have 2 54-gallon live wells to segregate the different baits and all that, and with additional on-deck live well options. So.
Yeah. No, you guys just, always do a great job. And this, once you get into a center console of this size, sometimes they lose those proportions. They look a little strange, but this thing still looks just as sexy as the rest of the line.
That was a big factor, you know. Just looking at the styling of this Pro Curve glass windshield, we incorporated this fiberglass window frame for some additional support to the hardtop, and like all our Viking hardtops, incorporated our radar pod design, which allows us for the electric teaser reels like you'll see on any large Viking. All those thoughts and different rod blocker layouts, and
we're seeing that.
We put a lot of thought into this, and came out awesome. But what's really impressive to me is at 46 feet, just under 30,000 pounds, that the performance we're seeing. You know,
right.
with the cruise speed around 50 miles an hour, and we're seeing top end of you know, right around 70.
Incredible. All right, so we're making our way out. We're gonna try to get the drone up in the air, show you some exterior footage of the boat running, and then we're gonna get down and dirty here with Ryan and go through every piece of this boat in detail, so you're gonna see that here in a second. We hope you guys enjoy. All right, so we just took her offshore and actually got the drone up. It's blowing at least 25 out here, if not more than that. Probably more than we should have messed with the drone, but I think we got some good stuff for you. Now we popped in, we're gonna try to get some performance numbers with Ryan, see what this thing can do with the Quad 450Rs. So we're going into a headwind, like I said, 25, 30 knots, doing easy 50 miles an hour. You don't even feel it in this thing. Now we're gonna go with the wind a little bit, see if we can get some top end speed, see what we get to. Ryan punched it there a second. We're right there, just under 70 miles an hour, 69.9 I think we got to.
Right there.
So I was brushing it. Again, serious wind today, but this thing performs incredibly. Quad 450Rs, an unbelievable power plant for this thing, and to see a boat of this size, this beam, what kind of beam are we talking about? 13.4 beam, doing 70 is very impressive.
Yeah, that was with just over 400 gallons of fuel, 70 gallons of water, and 33 gallons of diesel. So we had a decent load on it.
Right. Not bad at all. Not often you see 2 to 3 inside the bay, huh? I mean, not quite, but you got white caps. Small craft advisory in the bay today, Riviera Beach. Since the wind is blowing the way it is, we're gonna go ahead and dock up at the event. We're gonna do our full walkthrough, show you every bit of this boat, and let Ryan, which is a full expert on the Valhalla brand, tell us what they did on this boat and every feature in the same time. I mean, 70 miles an hour, incredible to see a boat of this size to do that, and how it performed offshore with the winds, the way they were blowing. Something we expect from Viking, but always impressive when you jump on here and get to experience it yourself. All right, so the moment you've all been waiting for, Ryan's gonna walk us through from stern to bow, going through as much detail as we possibly can. And for those of you that have stuck through the video this long, this is what you came to see. So Ryan, if you can, let's go ahead and start with the Mercury Racing outboard power and work our way back from that.
Yeah, as you saw, these quad 450s just pushed us upwards of 70 miles an hour, around 50 mile an hour cruise. Moving forward at the transom here, we went on this model, we went with dual live wells at 54 gallons a piece, pressurized live wells. And you know, for the northern crowd that wants a big fish box or one big well, we can do that as well. Okay. This customer opted for the clear acrylic lids and the glass light and window.
That's really nice with the extra beam you have here. It definitely makes sense to be able to, you know, you said 54 gallons each?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right. 13.4 on the beam. I mean, it gives you a lot to work with.
Sure.
For, you know, tucked away, like we have on all our other models, the fold-out G.G. Smith seats, which are really comfortable.
It's awesome to have that here. I mean, if you want to throw bean bags and stuff, I guess you can, but having those completely out of the way when you're fishing and takes half a second to pop them up. I mean, it's a great little detail back here.
You feel the beam here in the cockpit. I mean, it's a really large cockpit. We have our large lazarette hatch there. Really clean bilge. Two 4500 Hooker electric pumps in their seat chest with manifold system. You can see to the two wells here and to the forward pitch well. And then this is all a resin infused stringer grid on this boat. So we have incorporated into that the Seakeeper mounting structure. Really handles the torque of the Seakeeper really well.
Wow.
So this is the SK6 down in this area, which also houses our air conditioning pump and our Seakeeper cooling pump, as well as our steering pumps.
Okay.
A lot of detail down in those areas. Port and starboard in-deck fish boxes, really deep and really long in length there. Just like all the Valhallas, everything in the deck is all foamed and every deck box is insulated. So any of the boxes, the 5 boxes, can hold ice really well.
Okay.
And of course, as you now see on every Viking sport fish boat and every Valhalla, is really nice mezzanine seat.
Yeah. And what does this top out at?
This
top speed at?
70.
So we're at a live event right now, so we have guests coming to check out the boat, so bear with us, you know, that's the way this stuff works. But yeah, I mean, you can see this rear-facing seat on this 46-footer doesn't take away much of this cockpit space at all. You got more than enough to do everything you need. Then you have a comfortable seat right here, which back towards, you know, the aft area of the boat is extremely comfortable when you're running. What
Quite
we got
a few
underneath
people
here?
doing a rocket launcher here as well.
Sure, yeah.
So underneath we have 2 split boxes, and this is all refrigerated. And just like all the refrigeration on the Vikings, you know, it's a fiberglass finish on the inside, and then you have
The chill plates are tucked underneath.
it's all coiled and insulated.
Oh, coiled.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So you don't actually see a metal plate.
The
in
plate.
It. Yep.
That's very nice.
And, we utilized all the open space in here, and you have the Plano box inserts and just a really large drawer.
Yeah, additional little space to
Yeah.
throw your knives, your pliers. And this is all held by magnets. Like this. You can see the back side of these release marine chairs, something you're accustomed to seeing on the Valhallas. It seems like almost every single one has them, and it's just such an amazing accent on these boats.
Yeah, it fits with the details of the boat. With the molded in tow rail, a lot of people go with the faux teak option, and then the teak helm chair package. Back here on the second row, we you know, Release is going to build a bench seat for us as well as an option, and then we're going to have a upholstered bench seat also as another option.
Let's work our way up this way. Get a closer look at those.
Yeah. So
Actually, Eric, come back this way.
So each side, port and starboard, you have large tackle drawers. So again, this second row seating has a ton of tackle storage, and that's what's unique on every Viking as well. When you walk into the salon, we have our refrigerated step cooler. Right. So we have that on here. This is all refrigerated also, this box. And then there's one port and starboard, just to hold drinks.
That's comfortable.
Yep. With the quad seats back here, this seating unit, we did raise up about 3 inches, so you have great visibility from the second row facing forward.
Let's try that out.
Yeah.
You have AC vents right here, so it's
4 air conditioning vents, 4 cup holders, a step up to get up into the seat, and then we angled the forward seating unit, you know, to be your footrest. Yep.
And the visibility from here, that slight elevation, obviously you're going to have people sitting up here in front of you. Eric, give me the camera. Let me show the people at home what this looks like from my view. But I mean, the vantage point from here is awesome. You're not blocked. You're enjoying the outdoors out here, and you got seat up there. You are seat up to 7 people here. Oversized hardtop. I mean, plenty of shade. Blocked from the wind with that windshield. I mean, this area here, I could sit here all day long, and I just might. So
yeah, and all those seats all 7 seats are on electric slides.
Oh, okay.
Or, you know, if you're a shorter guy, you can slide it forward and get your foot comfortably on the rest.
Awesome.
On the ends, port and starboard of the forward seating console, we have a garbage can on each side. For us shorter guys, if you need it, which you really don't on this boat, but flip down raised step at the helm. It tucks away with the magnet.
Well, if you guys notice the electronics and everything, they slightly angle that backwards, back towards the bow area, which allows, from what I see, allows you guys to keep this height a little bit lower. Still have tons of space in the console cabin, which we'll see in a second. But yeah, the visibility here on a 46-footer without that step is incredible. This thing could be up another 4 inches and still be able to see well.
Coming out of the hole, you never lose sight of the horizon. The visibility is phenomenal. This week, a lot of customers were asking to put it at Wahoo speed at like 15 to 18 miles an hour, and I mean, perfect visibility. Yeah. We have 8622 Garmin, and port and starboard we have 8617s. All your main switching is Bocatech switching on this single panel. And then we have the molded in electronics box in our hardtop. This hardtop is built like any larger Viking with our radar pod molded in. We have that allows us for electric teaser reels up in the hardtop. We have a track system through there. Your teaser line runs right through the hardtop and the grommet on the outside.
Look at that.
This specific customer upgraded his sound system, so we molded in this quad speaker pod. Standard in our hardtop is going to be the molded in Lumitech spreader light aft and molded in spreader light forward. The detail on this top is just phenomenal. With the pipe work, we were with the windshield frame that holds a lot of the hardtop structure as well as this intermediate support, but there's no blockage. Everything, you know, windshield forward, you're unobstructed.
Well, something I've always noticed about Valhalla and admired is that you guys tend to have a ton of features, a ton of little details that even though they're there, you kind of hide them in a way where it doesn't seem cumbersome and the boat still looks classy and clean and simple. You guys have figured out a great way of doing that, and you know, every time I look at something else, it you know, shows that even further.
Yeah.
So
we've got a great team. I mean, you know, we obviously have always specialized in larger sport fish boats, so our team has a real sharp eye for details, and it's just the little things. Like, you know, we didn't want all our fittings visible, so you know, this is your waste discharge fitting, your water fill, and it's tucked below a hatch. Yeah. You'll notice some of the access to the fuel tanks are under a hatch where you'd normally see a cocked-in panel on the deck on some other boats, but we just try to hide those things as much as possible. But you have to think of the functionality, so you just open the hatch and you know, you still have your access plate there. Of course, as well.
Obviously your Edson EC3 carbon fiber wheel, always love to see that thing, and seems like it's a perfect fit to, you know, for this beauty.
So just like the larger helms on any Viking, you have a radio box port and starboard. We didn't want our mics all over the dash, so they're inside the port radio box. Our variable speed controllers for the bait wells are in here. We have a really awesome fuel manifold system that's electronic, so you're not manually valving to each engine to a specific tank. At the helm here, you can select which tank you want to run each engine from.
And how much fuel, how many tanks are you running on this?
We have 3 tanks. We hold a total of just about 700 gallons. 70 gallons of water and 33 gallons of diesel for the gen.
Very nice. We'll work our way this way.
Yeah. So freshwater washdown, saltwater washdown on starboard. This is going to be just a storage area for fire extinguishers. 7-foot rod locker. On this side we have a really nice layout with our bait nets, some cleaning poles and supplies, and then some gaff storage.
Come up here real quick. All right. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll finish off on the other side.
So the door actually pantographs out, and we have this open cutout so you don't bang your head.
All right, this also acts as a drain, so no water makes its way in. You can see that. So besides having a seal, you know, this will catch any water, trip it outwards before it makes its way in. All right, I took over the camera for a second. Go ahead.
So down below here, we have a 32-inch TV forward. We have the dinette table here that goes up and down, telescopes up and down with a filler cushion. So with the cushion in, we have a bunk length of 6'9". So, you know, plenty of space to, if you want to stay overnight on board. Breaker panel here aft. And then you can see a nice little galley with a refrigerator and cooktop and microwave. Then you have a sink here as well.
Yeah, beautiful finishes in here.
All walnut finish that you see here.
All right, let's make our way into the head. And we got a surprise for you guys back here, which Ryan showed me a little earlier. Wait till you guys see this.
Yeah. So nice size head. It's a wet head with a shower, and then you have a nice drainage system here. But what's really unique to this boat is our engineering team really thought this out very well, and they didn't want all the mechanical components in the cockpit like you see a lot. They just wanted all that equipment out of the elements. So we have our own little mini Viking engine room, which is our equipment room. You can see we have our 8.5 kW generator, all our batteries, water heater, all our electronics equipment is in this area. And just like like any larger Viking, it has the Delta T ventilation system that's thermostatically controlled. So, you know, if that generator or batteries put off some heat, it reaches a certain temp, the ventilation system's going to kick on.
That is amazing. You almost don't feel that space should be available on a 46-foot center console.
I can stand up in here, you know. I'll let you in here, but you can see all the, you know, battery chargers.
That's crazy.
Your main barrel switches are in here.
Talk about room to access your mechanicals. It does not get much more comfortable to work on your stuff than that, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally standing inside of it. So this is a beautiful area again for a center console. You know, these spaces sometimes end up not as useful as you would like on a center console, but you know, Viking does a great job of really making that an inviting space. And on this one in particular, with the beam that you have and the distribution you use, like you said, you still kept the cosmetic lines pretty from the outside, but you know, it's a perfect mixture of the two. You know, really nice.
Moving forward here, dedicated location for our dive ladder. Just another storage cubby. You know, really nice lounge seat with contoured base cushion here that really locks you in.
Let's try it out.
So it just kind of locks you in when you're running, you know. So 2, maybe 3 people up here, very comfortably, and then forward of us, you know, another couple-person bench seat.
It's nice doing this little angle here. It seems like you got, you know, some sort of foam and just sat someone's body in it and created the exact contour, because it just feels right.
Yeah, it locked it in really nicely.
So, plenty of seating space up here, but you can still, you know, fish a sailfish tournament on this thing with no problem, and you're gonna see extra detail hidden under here. You got your rod holders.
So when you
on either side of this lounger.
When you are fishing, you store this cushion. You have a 35-gallon pitch well up forward here. Again, we went with kind of the pass-through forward bench seating. Super comfortable, you know, to kick up with the backrest here. But you know, when you are in fish mode, a small step up, and you know, just perfect gunwale height. With the bolsters right at your thighs to fight a fish up here.
Yep.
Again, another in-deck box here, really large insulated fish box. Got all our covers and stuff in there, but
good size box. Underneath that step up, what do you have under there?
So this area here, just another open cavity.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna end up putting another anchor up here and some extra road. But this particular boat has the windlass option up here, freshwater washdown, and the anchor locker up here.
Very nice. On the space here, leaving the 2 pods side by side, just like he's saying, being able to access that locker without having to jump on your cushions and things like that, or fishing off the bow is easy, with still having this much seating room for your family, for your fishing team, whatever it may be. You can do it all on this boat with plenty of comfort. So, and it's awesome how you guys have added so much underneath the gunnels here. I mean, that liner, it's just a storage space, and if you look down this line, you really can't tell there's really nothing there if it isn't for the lashes
flows.
themselves.
It all flows really well.
You guys build all these hatch doors yourself?
Yes, yeah. These are everything you see there, the doors, all of that is built in-house.
Yeah.
You know, we're not using an outside vendor's insert or anything like
Starboard
we
doors, and then definitely gives you that sport fish feel, which you're used to seeing on the Vikings.
Exactly.
Here on a center console on their Valhallas.
Starboard side, just a little rope locker, store dock lines, and then on this particular boat, we fit 8 20s in there. Again, 7-foot rod locker. So if you wanted to fill both, we could have 8 rods on each side.
That's sick right there.
Yeah.
I think we covered a good amount. I'm sure there's more that we could even go through here, but you guys get a good idea. We don't want to make this video 45 minutes long, even though I'm sure we could. Ryan, thank you very much for your time, man. Definitely appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Yes,
if you have any questions, leave us a comment and we'll connect you as well. All right, guys, so we're working our way out of here. Luckily, we were able to get here and get a couple hours before the crowd. So they're pulling in and we're pulling out. They're gonna be here for the next 3 days, showing off this boat and pretty much the entire Viking line. So always a pleasure to work with this group, and we hope you guys enjoyed this video. And once again, if you find value in our stuff, subscribe, share it to as many people as you can. Help us grow the name, and we'll keep at it. So, Eric, let's go. Time for lunch. Got rumbles and grumbles.